Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Indie Direct, where we looked at nothing but indie titles and give them that sweet loving that they deserve. My name's Sin, and before we begin, we know you love what we're doing here in the channel, so leave a like, subscribe, and if you have a game that you would like us to review, let us know down in the comments below. Now, for today's review, we will be looking at a Dark Souls-inspired title called Vicious Gambling Agreement. And no, I don't have a clue why a Souls-styled action game is called Vicious Gambling Agreement, but let's overlook that little flaw. The game came out November 8th and goes for $9. In most Souls-styled games, it starts you off with very little information on what to do, where to go, and pretty much says go kill some shit to figure out everything. This one, however, starts you with nothing. No quick scene or anything to give any form of backstory on who you are, where you're at, or even what's going on. You start a new game, it loads, then bam, you're in game. It definitely adds to the mystery of the game, but you really need something to give a player a reason for why you're doing whatever that needs to be done. But, like other Souls games, it does leave in-game lore for you to find around the map. Problem is, there's not very much, and the little you do get does almost nothing to tell you anything of significance. The most I could figure out was some form of war between gods, and that orcs are your enemy. That's about it. Graphically speaking, it's very nice looking for a small developer, and enemies do look pretty unique from the orcs to a demon lord to even Death himself. But that's all before the animations kick in. A floating Grim Reaper walks in midair, half the attack animation looks like enemies are breaking their arms or backs with every other swing. Your character's running animation looks like he's trying to do some weird half-running, half-power-walking motion while needing to use the bathroom, and that's just to name a few. Mechanically speaking, it plays exactly like you'd think it would. Challenging combat that requires you to anticipate enemy attacks and memorize movesets with perfectly timed dodges and counterattacks. And that would normally work well, except in here, enemies don't stagger on hits, button inputs for dodges don't always go through, leaving you to take damage, and when it does go through, the iframes are so random at times you could be mid-dodge and still get hit. Homing attacks that track you through dodges, buggy hitboxes, useless guarding that still does full damage even when hit directly on your shield, no way to reset an area to grind some more power to raise your stats unless you die, which is pointless because you lose all your power upon death, and when it does finally reset, items respawn as well. I know that doesn't seem like a bad thing, but I found an ultimate breakthrough potion that permanently increases health and magic, but since it respawns on death, you can go grab it, get yourself killed, reset and go grab it again, and repeat to max everything out, and this was still extremely early on in the game. It's definitely like Dark Souls where you need to die several times to progress through the game, but unlike Dark Souls where that's just the game being difficult, this game does it by having bad and buggy mechanics. I'm not nitpicking this game because it's trying to be like Dark Souls. I love the Souls series and have 100% all of them, including Bloodborne, and at 100% Sekiro if I wasn't too lazy to do 2 more playthroughs, but that's besides the point. If the developer Fang would just work on the game's mechanics a bit more and fix the problems with it, and despite this game being relatively short, it could be a great game. As of right now, I can't recommend this game, but I also can't not recommend it. For such a low price tag, even with its buggy gameplay, if you're a hardcore Souls fan who wants to try something new, then you should definitely try out this game. If not, then you probably should wait a few months and see how things play out with future updates, assuming they come. But that's all for today's video, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.